First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Davis and Unite for what is their achievement. I know that certainly that is something that we, without the threat of industrial action, we had been advocating and certainly consulting with our members. We are well past consulting more than half the membership. Remember, we have, I think it is 52 departments, so 52, 54. We've already way more than half that we've done. And what we've been discussing is precisely what has been achieved. So for me, like I said, I'm happy that there seems to be an agreement between unions, and we're all in line, I think, with in terms of what we want, which I think is important, because the reality where there is a little bit of element of competition within unions, which I think is not a bad thing, it just keeps us on our toes. Unity is good.
Yeah, because the GGCA didn't agree with the action that Unite was taken, but do you accept now that it has served a purpose in seeing this agreement, a tangible roadmap, emerge from it?
Ross, I wouldn't want to, like I said, I'm not going to say yes or no. I have my opinion, but again, I'm not here to throw down anybody or what they think anybody's achievement. What I just want to say is I'm happy that they seem to be aligned with what we are doing. We all seem to be aligned now with the common goal. And what I say is I think we continue to push for meaningful negotiations, which we said very clearly last time. I think that wasn't happening. It was quite rigid. So I think there now has to be a meaningful negotiation. We have to keep an eye on what's happening with the economy from a union perspective.
But do you think Unite's ballot forced the government's hand in setting out this roadmap in writing?
That was already on the table. So it's not something...
Not written, though.
I have evidence that that was already suggested. So whether it was agreed or not, it was a process that it was being looked at, and it was being entertained without the, like I said, the threat of industrial action. But again, like I said, look, that's the way I see it. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not going to, but I see it that way. Mr. Davis might see it another way. Like I said, look, all I say is congratulations, and I'm happy like we're together again on the same road. But certainly there are many other aspects that we need to look at. Like I said, let's not forget, for example, I'm still looking at the pensioners, the 3% of the pensioners. Was that meaningful? Can we do more for the pensioners? The private sector, they are certainly not happy with the things that we are in the private sector. So there is still a lot of work that needs to happen within other sectors, not only the public sector. So, yep, I mean...
Well, you've spoken before about issues between the unions. You've just mentioned competition. So does this joint commitment to work towards this multi-year deal signal a more united front?
I think we always have to be prepared to put certain differences aside and work together towards a common cause. Like I said, look, at the end of the day, I am happy that the members have got representation, that they have what they think they deserve. Perhaps the approaches have been different, like you said. Look, whether it's had an effect or not, it's a matter, I think, perhaps of opinion, but that's certainly something that I am not going to disrespect, in my opinion. Unite in that aspect. Like I said, I congratulate them, and look, hopefully we'll work together towards a common cause.
Tell us what your approach will be at these monthly meetings. Could we see further division between Unite and the GGCA arise down the future?
Well, like I said, we have perhaps different approaches, we have different memberships, people with different opinions, so when you have all those components together, that it is human element and human nature that we're not always going to meet eye to eye, and we're not always going to have the same opinion and approaches. As long as there's an element of respect, I think that's important. And look, like I said, as long as we work as much as possible towards a common goal, I think that's, what we have to sort of work towards.
Well, Unite the Union have said that they will be balloting its members for the second time. Do you have any intention to ballot your members at all, and what will you be asking them?
Of course, this is what we've been doing since we finished the agreement, is communicating, talking with the members, listening to the members, seeing how they feel, what they feel, and what we should put in terms of what should be balloted. And we are well over half of the membership done. We're almost finished in terms of consultation. Once the consultation process is finished, which is what we agreed with the section reps and the working group, we will be balloting. And that is what. But like I said, what we're looking to ballot is exactly what has been discussed with the government. So, like I said, for me, it hasn't been a surprise. It is what we've been looking at in terms of the membership, and it is what the people, I can comfortably say, because there's more than half of the members that have been consulted, and more than half of them are quite happy to push down that road. So this is why I said to the government, look, this is what I think that the people want and need because we have consulted the members. So it's not that I'm saying we're not going to ballot. We are.